Hello and welcome to Simple Online Wealth Education. My name is Brody and I'm here with my friend Corey. We are crypto educators and our goal is to help you improve confidence amongst the growing financial chaos by learning proven digital asset strategies online. Join us today as we discuss what shiny object syndrome is and how to avoid it. Let's begin.
Discover your potential.
So, if you're an enthusiastic and creative entrepreneur, often this leads to tons of ideas in your mind. And if you're even a more creative entrepreneur, the more this can come up, more ideas and more ways that you can learn to grow a business. And this can be a great quality. However, if you don't spend time doing your research, your due diligence, and if you just spend time doing things that aren't serving you, you'll end up losing money. You'll end up getting to that moment where you either get told by someone or you tell yourself, I told you so. So I've personally experienced this in my life, and starting something new, getting super excited, and the first 2 or 3 months just diving into all the content, really just like consuming a lot of it and really enjoying it. And then it's not like it's the first hurdle, but there's always the dip that comes. And it's just this section where there's just consistent hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. And it starts to get tough. And when that moment gets tough, all of a sudden, you just feel like, you start looking at other things. And then sometimes you get pitched other things. You see a golden promise, another opportunity pops up in your email, in your messenger, and you start to give all these new ideas some time and focus, and you totally get distracted. And what most likely will happen is, at least in my case, I got discouraged, and potentially, if I kept going down that moment of discouragement, I might have never came back, and found my lane again. So let's dive into this deeper. What is shiny object syndrome? What does it look like specifically within the digital wealth online industry? So let's dive in. Topic number one. What is it? Shiny object syndrome. And it's defined by having an attraction to shiny objects, either glassy or polished or gleaming or otherwise a shiny appearance. And over time, you'll find that your attention to the said object is directly correlated to its shininess. And that attention fades as the shininess wears off, right? So this is constantly going to be an issue with newcomers coming into the cryptocurrency world, as new developments and projects are popping up every single day. So Corey is here with us today. Corey, so what should a person watch out for with shiny object syndrome in regards to the online wealth and cryptocurrency industry?
So there is a pile out there, uh, especially for cryptocurrency projects. 99% of them are scams, Ponzi schemes, and they're really just looking to take your money, right? So the most common are projects that borrow your crypto, your Bitcoin, and then they'll pay you a daily return for a certain amount of time and make pretty outlandish promises. I've heard, as high as 50% per week, stuff like that, right? So if it's unbelievably high, do a little bit of digging. Some of them might last for a year, but most of these programs only exist for 6 weeks to 3 months, right? So the biggest thing I look for, if it's a guaranteed percentage per day, it's an immediate red flag. Um, Another big thing is the false promises. How are they making their money? If it's all affiliates, huge commission base, and there's no one actually making money with the products, there's a good chance that it's Ponzi scheme and you do not want to be involved with it. So just be cautious. It's better to learn how to grow your assets on your own before letting someone else. Anyways, so we always preach, don't give up your private keys, not your keys, not your crypto. You'll hear that more and more and more. So these different platforms, it could be, AI trading, could be cloud mining, arbitrage trades, or master nodes, there's all sorts of different things. But as soon as you're giving up control of your crypto, you're sending it into this platform and trusting them to withdraw it. If you can't recover your private key, then there's a good chance that you're, putting yourself at risk. So there are good platforms out there. That said, it's not 100% foolproof, but 99% of the time it's a scam. You're better off being in control of your funds all at 100% of the time, like we show you here at Simple.
Excellent. And so that brings us to, how can I prevent it? Really, honestly, this is going to happen to you earlier on. It happened to myself. I see it happen again with new persons coming in. And if you can use your imagination for a second, I'd like you to imagine you holding up a magnifying glass to the sun and you focusing it down onto a piece of paper. And everyone, maybe you've even done this in a science experiment or with your kids or something. And when you hold that magnifying glass in one specific area, in one spot, it will catch fire. But it does not catch fire if you're moving it around all the time. And so I have this phrase where it's, look at this as ready, aim, fire. And some people, honestly, sometimes they're sitting on the fence. They can go the opposite. It's analysis by paralysis. All they're going is ready, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim, and they're just consumed by doing way too much research. I'm not saying do that, but definitely be cautious of taking too many shots at first. Ready, aim, fire, ready, aim, fire. Do your research and on the different solutions that have been brought to your attention, and start to do a little bit of a pros and cons analysis of each individual opportunity, and then test each of them with measurable indicators. And how you can do this, some of them you won't be able to because they'll have some lustrous amount or service charge or whatever beginning charge for you to start in their program. I would say just avoid those for the start, because it's probably not going to work out in your best interest if it's some huge dollar amount. Start small, minimize your risk, and find out whether or not this is going to be something that gets you closer to your goal. Because after a certain amount of time, you might want to pull the plug and try something new, but you don't want to be tied into it for passionate reasons. You don't want to do it because, oh my God, I just love what I do. Do find different ways that you love and enjoy your work, but don't make that the last deciding decision, because it'll cripple you. You got to sit down, have the tough conversations. And if you're not meeting your goals, then just simply make an adjustment. And if you do your research and make a plan and make measurable goals with timestamps, you'll be fine with this. You won't get lost in this syndrome at all. When you do this, you'll be much clearer whether this is a new opportunity or this is something for you you should have done in your original opportunity. Maybe it's time to take a research and look at it from another perspective. Totally pull yourself out of it and take a look, because you can become consumed by everything just because you're in it. You have to take almost an outside perspective look and really reflect on where you're at and where you could possibly be. And if it doesn't match up with the original goals that you had set for yourself, that's a good indicator to start looking at, okay, so what could I do different from this moment on? So.
Absolutely. So just a quick summary. Be aware of false promises. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There's people out there just looking to get your money. Make sure that they're driven by the right reasons, and align yourself with people that have your best interests at heart. So do your research, make a plan, set your goals, take action, and make sure to be accountable to yourself. If it makes sense to make a mastermind group, that's something that we definitely encourage. But you miss 100% of the shots that you never take, right? So don't be afraid. Like, this isn't meant to scare you, but just be aware that there are these risks out there and that we want to show you the best way to avoid them.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it valuable in some way. If you do find this video valuable and you found it value and helped you in some way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Please note, we are not masters or experts. We are learning with you. Take and utilize what you like from this content and ignore what doesn't apply to you. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, you can check out more videos on the Simple page. If you have any questions or future topics, you can email us at hello@sowe.co.in. Thanks for following along. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. I was like, why is it so hard to read that?